Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how you can stop worrying about the future. Now let's get right into the video. The main thing I'm going to talk about first is why you are actually afraid of the future and why you're worrying so much about the things that are going to come. A situation that I've realized with a lot of people right now is they are worried about what is going to happen next week or next year. They look at the situation that is happening in Europe, right? They look at the prices. Oh, the gas prices are going up. Everything is going up. What is happening with the next election? Things are going crazy and people are losing their mind. They're like, oh, what is going to happen tomorrow? Can I even afford the things tomorrow? Do I live even tomorrow? That's the big question. And you shouldn't be thinking about these things because listen, every single time in history there was a situation where people had to worry about something. There is always something. If you open up the news of like 1977, there will be a crazy stuff happening, a lot of stuff. Even before that time, there will always be a time where things are going crazy and you can always obsess about these things and be like, oh my god, tomorrow is going to be the end, right? Or next year is going to be the end. Don't waste your energy with this stupid shit. It doesn't bring you nothing. Why aren't you focused on your life? You shouldn't have these things on the top of your mind. You should have the positive things and the things that you want to achieve inside of your head. Listen, if you focus on negative stuff will come 100% into your life. Listen, if you're focused on whatever is happening over there or the crazy stuff in the world, you are going to lose focus about the things that matter to you and the things that you should be focused on. Not about what is happening in some weird country that is hundreds of kilometers away from you. It doesn't matter. You should be listening to your voice, to your inner voice, and writing down what are my goals. And when you have clear-cut goals, then all of a sudden you don't worry about the future because, oh, you have the goals. When you have the goals, you have the action plan. And the main thing that I see with a lot of people that are too worried about the future and what is going to happen tomorrow inside of their life is because, number one, they have no plans. If you have no plans, then you're going into tomorrow with no plans and you don't know what is going to happen. If I have no plans, listen, if I go to war, for example, and I have no plans prepared, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Tomorrow I'm just going to roll up and we just do whatever the hell. Yeah, of course you're going to be worried, and you should, because that's crazy. And why are you going into your next day without preparation, or your next week, or your next year? Why don't you have plans? What are your plans? What are you going to do tomorrow? Why are you going to do it? Ask yourself these fundamental questions. Write down the things that you want to achieve, and then when you know what you want to achieve, you know what you should actually do, and then you don't have to be afraid and you don't have to worry because you're like, okay, so even if some crazy things happen, maybe you lose your job or whatever, you're like, but I have this backup plan that I've created for myself in order to achieve this kind of goal. Maybe you have been working on the side, you have been putting some money away on the side and have some money there, so you are not like, okay, now I'm going to die because I have no money and I lost my job, right? It's like a hyperbole, but you do understand what I'm talking about. This is the thing that you need to implement into your life. Focus on the things that you can control and the things you want to change. Don't think about, what is going to happen with this country, that country. This is all nonsense. It doesn't matter. Focus on the stuff that you want to achieve in your life. Write those things down, and then if you have that one down, then you can start implementing those things in your day-to-day life. When you have an action plan, then you know what to do in every single situation inside of your life. This is what I do. I know what I want to achieve and I act accordingly. This is what you need to do. And now that I have this plan, this action plan, now I don't have to worry because I know what is going to happen, and I can actually create confidence. Listen, this is also a thing that I've noticed with people that worry too much about the future. And this is the second point, that if you're worrying too much about the future, this actually shows that you have a lack of belief in yourself that you can handle the things in the future. Because if you would ask me, are you afraid of the future? I would tell you, no, I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited for the future because I know that I have big things coming up because I'm working on these big things. And you need to create that confidence and that positive loop inside of your mind. Right now, you might be in that negative circle where you're like, I don't have belief in myself that I can achieve the great things, and I think tomorrow is going to be worse than today and I'm going to go down the bad path. If you have these beliefs inside of your head, you need to change them immediately. So write these things down. Why are you actually afraid of the future? Maybe there's some past trauma that has happened. Maybe one time you lost your job, right? You've worked and then you lost your job and you had hard times, and now you're afraid, maybe those hard times are coming back. So you need to create an action plan and write down what is actually worrying you so much. Is it the trauma from the past? Is it that you don't believe that you can handle these things? You need to know that. If you know exactly what the issue is in your mind, why you're like, I'm worrying so much about the future. Why do I have a lack of self-belief inside of my own abilities to handle the future events? If you know what the reason is for your lack of self-belief, then you can start working towards it. You can be like, okay, so this is the reason, and now you think about, is this reason actually true? Then you write down, why is this thing true or why is this thing not true? And oftentimes you realize, hey, this is actually not true, because you can control your own destiny and you can control your actions. When you have the right actions, then you can build confidence. If you don't have the right actions, you can never build confidence. If you're just living day to day and you're reading some stupid stuff that tells you, just believe in yourself, you're already awesome as you are, then of course you will be nothing and you will have no belief. If I would be sitting somewhere living with my parents, making no money, being broke, never talking to a girl, never knowing nothing, not working out, if all these things would be true for me, yeah, of course I would be worried about the future, because I have no self-belief. I have built no confidence inside of my own skill set that I can actually assure myself, oh yeah, we're going to handle everything. You need to start building that self-accountability. Write things down, what you want to achieve, and then start achieving those things and start working towards these things. Only then you can develop the belief inside of yourself, because your brain is smart and your subconscious is smart. Your brain and your subconscious will realize when you're trying to fool yourself. You cannot 100% fool yourself. If you don't take action and you tell yourself, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm Muhammad Ali, but you've never boxed, this is bullshit. Your brain will actually see, maybe consciously you will be like, oh yeah, I'm Muhammad Ali, I'm the best ever, but subconsciously will be like, nah, that's not true. Because your brain knows your past. Your subconsciousness knows what happened yesterday and the day before and last week and last year. So you need to change the thing immediately. You need to turn it around. You need to do a 360. So listen to me, find one thing that is bothering you right now in your life. One area, maybe it's fitness. Yeah, start with fitness. This is always the best thing. If you're not working out, if you're unhealthy inside of your health, yeah, with your fitness, then this is the first thing you should tackle. So write down how many push-ups are you going to do tomorrow. Yeah, this is the main thing. How healthy are you going to eat? Are you going to eat chocolate every day? Yeah, are you going to eat some unhealthy stuff, some candy? Yeah, going to McDonald's every single day. Stop that right now. This has to stop. This is the main thing that you are going to focus now, or something else that maybe is bothering you. And when you start building that accountability and the belief in yourself, only then you can also change your mind towards the things in the future. Because when you have the belief inside of yourself right now, then the future doesn't matter. So I can tell you from my perspective, I don't care what happens. For me, it's like I know in my mind, anything that happens, I can handle it. Because from my past, I've built up the confidence that tells me anything that happens, I can handle that situation. If something happens, if I lose some clients or some stuff like that, or if I go broke, it doesn't matter, because I know the action plan that I have. Or if tomorrow I make a bunch of money more, then I know the action plan. Or if tomorrow I lose my health or I lose some stuff, then it doesn't matter. You need to build that confidence and have an action plan, because if you're prepared, then you don't have to worry. This is the most important thing. Never ever be in a situation where you don't know what is happening, where you're not prepared, because listen, if that situation occurs, you are in big trouble. Because if other people that maybe don't like you or not have your best interest at heart, if these other people have an action plan and you go up against them and you don't have an action plan, this is the best way you're going to suffer. This is a big thing that I've realized, especially if you go, for example, in training. This is the best thing they can see. If you're some sparring sessions, right? If you're doing some sparring, if you're training martial arts, you better should. If you're not, then you will realize, oh my god, if the other person has an action plan that they want to implement, you are effed and you have nothing. You're just standing there and then get punched in the face. Yeah, this is a bad thing. Have an action plan, have a defense, know what you're doing, know your strategies, write everything down, and then you're prepared. You don't have to worry about nothing, because you're like, but I have this thing in my back hand, I have this thing in my back pocket that I can use, so you're always fine. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please implement the things that I've told you in this video. If you're not implementing these things, nothing will change. I'm also implementing these things. Listen, we're also working on myself. These things I always implement them and try to be the best version of my own self that I can be, and you should better be that too. Now listen, implement these things, and then you can get the better results, and you don't have to think about stupid stuff in the future, and don't worry about this stuff, but actually have good plans and good things inside of your future planned out for you. Yeah, thank you for listening. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you in the next one. Put a like on this one. Yeah, thank you for listening. Goodbye.